Welcome to episode 7 of DownBeat Denver. Before we get things started, check out this awesome shirt. And that one. That's Cereza. This is SLS. Soultones just dropped all their merch too. We'll put all those links below. Definitely go check those out. Help support these bands.
Yep, and then we talked last time about doing a community day in the park, so a little more details on that. We've chosen a date. We're going to do July 20th, and we're going to do it at Washington Park. And again, that's just everybody in the Downbeat community getting together, playing some music, bringing acoustic instruments, jamming out and having a good time. And we're going to set up some sort of recording apparatus so that people can come and record music. So it should be really fun, and we'll give you some more details on that to come.
Yes, and so today we have a indie, alt, rock, psych. What was it? You're going to really enjoy it. And so, Psych Pop?
Psych Rock Indy Pop.
Psych Rock Indy Pop. There you go. So today on Downbeat, we have Amazing Adventures.
I see how you say all your lonely days. Next time that it rains, why don't you take them to the bed? Cashing in your sorrow, liquidate so you can wallow. Financing your fears on a fortune made of tears. The tears, the tears, the tears. I know what it is to give in to the sadness. Throw up your white flag. Don't surrender to the madness. Just need a little plan. Some Mexican beer and some cannabis cigarettes. Backyard hot tub with your friends. Kind-hearted lover whispering sweet nothing. Fool you of unemployment. When you're crashing on couches and dodging rent, a little taste of heaven won't slice of freedom. Just a few moments of real living. Passing all your days with the errors that you've made. You can dwell with your mistakes. Just knock them, save some space. At the table you've replaced. Don't worry, there's more than too much on your plate. Savoring your past, a feast of pain you know will last. Last and last and last. I know what it is to give in to the sadness. Throw up your white flag. Don't surrender to the madness. Just need a little plan. Some Mexican beer and some cannabis cigarettes. A backyard hot tub with your friend. Kind-hearted lover whispering sweet nothing. Fool you of unemployment. Crashing on couches and dodging rent. A little taste of heaven, one slice of freedom. margin rent, a little taste of heaven, one slice of freedom, just a few moments of real living. How hard can it be to keep things simple and lead a life of leisure, keeping things chill, cooler than the freezer? Don't need much, just bread and butter, fresh strawberries and water, and a little champagne. We'll be toasting every day, dancing in the rain. Oh, like I'm 19 again, sun shining on your face. You're the perfect castaway. We don't have to live under the shade people keep throwing. We can't simply reside beneath the palm trees that are gone on the beach so wide they're gonna think that we got snowed in. Don't need much, just bread and butter, fresh strawberries and water, and a little champagne. We'll be toasting every day, dancing in the rain. Oh, like I'm 19 again, sun shining on your face. You're the perfect castaway with a little champagne. We'll be toasting every day, dancing in the rain. Oh, like I'm 19 again, sun shining on your face. You're the perfect castaway.
So we are live here with Amazing Adventures. Thank you all for coming out.
That's
Thank
We want to just get started by just going around introducing yourselves. Start here.
I'm Adriana Perez. I play the drums.
Donovan Armijo. I play the guitar. I write some of the songs. I write all the songs. I sing too.
He's the head honcho.
Oh, boy.
I'm Anna. I play the trombone. I'm Bridget. I play the saxophone.
Kevin, I play keys and synth.
And Ben, I play bass.
It's awesome, guys. So how'd y'all meet? How'd y'all form?
I met Ben a long time ago in school. We went to college together, and then I moved back to Colorado because Ben threw a nice party for me.
I heard about that.
Yeah, and I'll let Ben tell that other part of the story. What happened after I moved back?
I have no clue.
Sounds like
Magic.
a good party.
Oh, Magic happened. Yeah.
Legend.
Well, tell me I had a great time though.
So you all are individually very musically gifted, and from what we heard, you have some musical background too. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, everybody here I think has studied music formally in some way. Is that right? Yeah, that's how me and Ben met. We were both studying jazz guitar. Ben's actually a much better guitar player than me. That's a little plug for him. Check out Ben Parrish music. He's fantastic. Yeah, but yeah, that's actually kind of how this started too. We played. This band had another lineup at one point, and I realized I was asking non-jazz people to play a lot of jazz things, and so it made so much more sense to bring some people with a jazz background into it, and so it's been a lot of fun. It's been good.
Sounds great. I mean, it really does. And the dreaded question snare is going to pop up early, so go ahead and each pull one out of here and answer it at will. We'll start, yeah.
All right, here we go. Well,
In fact, you can pass it around while we're going here.
No.
all right. Here we go. It's quality.
Some are music, some are just random, Thanks, Google.
Oh, this is too real,
It's
actually.
like the Paul McCartney Google thing.
That's
It's
right.
hilarious. I just watched that.
All right, whoever wants to kick it off, go
whoever's-
for
Go
it.
for it, Donovan.
Okay. Would you rather never be able to express yourself accurately, or always have to say the exact truth? I already live, I think, with the first one, so I'll just stick with it. There you go. Who's up?
Why do you make music? I don't know. I was lucky enough to go to this one camp when I was a kid that was all music and arts and anything you could think of, and it was my first time ever being around people that all liked what they were doing a lot.
Awesome.
And then that's when you realize, hey, I can have a real conversation with people about things I like.
Mm-hmm.
And that inspired me to just kind of keep doing it and studying it. And then I met all these people in one way or another at different points, and everybody I've met so far in Denver specifically has inspired me to keep doing it and try new things. So that's why I'm still making music.
Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Very cool. I got. What is the dream or end goal of my music career? Which is kind of tricky. I think I'll know it when it happens, but.
I believe that
But
was
also-
from Joe, actually.
Yeah, shout out Joey.
Shout
I
out
think I'll
Joe.
know it when it happens, but I also don't know. The further I get, I think it'll always just kind of open up another door where it's like, oh, what if I did that next?
Yeah.
So it's kind of ongoing.
You have any benchmarks here in the near future of maybe a place you'd like to play, or
Yeah, I want to play Bluebird. I want to play all the spots around Denver. I want to get out of Denver too.
yeah, cool.
Let's see. Would you rather look like a potato or feel like a potato? That's a great question.
Thank you,
That's a big
Google.
question.
Well, this doesn't really have to do with the question except for potato. I have a pet fish named Potato, and this
Really?
just seems so relevant because potato just came into my life less than 2 weeks ago. We have some other fish, but
That's my buddies.
I think
That is so funny.
I would rather. Gosh, honestly, I'd rather feel like a potato, but I would rather look like potato, my fish, because
There you go.
potato's beautiful.
It
If
is.
you can see this fish, it's black and white,
Ben
and
loves
it's like
fish.
Ben's a big fish guy.
That's
a great name for a
Ben
fish.
Loves Fish official.
Make sure. Ben has 4. I think he has 4 Instagrams, so make sure to follow all of them.
Yeah, I have some weird hobbies. Yeah.
Ben's love fish. Ben
Loves hot
Loves
peppers.
peppers.
loves
Loves
peppers.
Wait, what about the yo-yo
I'd
action?
love
Yeah.
to yo-yo.
Ben Yo-Yo
Yeah.
Master and
Yeah.
Ben Parrish Music. So
A social wizard.
Trades.
My question is, what is in your fridge right now? And I wish I could say more, but it's
leftover linguine and a lot of limes. That's about it. Yeah.
Tequila shots.
And lemons. Lemons and limes, actually.
Wow, just
I'm
like-
not sure.
Mac raspberry.
And discriminate, just citrus.
And
What's your best and worst experience on stage? That is so hard. Holy shit. Wow. Worst experience is always just dropping a stick or punching a drum.
Yeah.
You bleed everywhere. It's bad. Best experience, honestly, anytime I play with these guys, I have a pretty amazing time. It's a great time. It's so much fun walking into any gig we have. I love you so much.
Love is there.
Thank you.
So what's some exciting things that y'all have planned for the future?
Well, the next place we are like formally booked to play is Orpheus Music Fest, and that's a really cool festival because Bridget is mostly responsible for organizing it, and that's how we met actually in a way, and so that was even before Bridget played music with me, and so I'll let her talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, do you want to
Tell us
explain-
more. Yeah,
explain
that's
it?
great.
It's a self-started music festival. I sent an email with the idea of just like a few bands playing in the mountains at this place. It was like a bed and breakfast with like a barn in the back, and I was getting back from like traveling, and I was like, what if we all played together at a place? And I sent them an email, and they were like, we would like to, we can't, but you should like contact these people. And it was a ski resort down the road. And they were like, we've been wanting to do festivals for a while. Again, we used to do them in the 80s. And he was like, if you can provide music and things, we'll provide you a venue. And from there, we've partnered with Big Mountain Events. And they've been awesome. They like do a lot of the project management for the X Games and big national events. And so from there, we've been growing. And I haven't been able to do it without the help of all of these people. Like Kevin makes all the art. You should check his stuff out. Wonder Art on Instagram. And then NDR or ER, Wonder Art.
No vowels.
No vowels. Wonder Art. Just like Google Kevin Sincata because he'll come up in the future as like a prominent art person.
Like Rembrandt.
Yeah. And these people just kind of inspire me to keep doing it when it gets hard. So.
And it's August 9th through 11th, right?
Yeah, August 9th to 11th.
In Glenwood Springs.
Glenwood Springs, Two Rivers Park. It's gonna be awesome. There's climbing, camping,
Awesome.
Anything.
All the best bands
All
in
the best
Denver.
bands in
Sweet
Denver,
bands.
yeah.
it's on all social media, right?
And
Yeah,
how
like
did you pick the
Instagram.
name Orpheus?
We were not smoking weed.
we were hiking.
We were hiking, and I was like, "What should I call it?" And Kevin and I were just listing jazz standards, and Black Orpheus came up, and I was like, "Orpheus." I was like, "We're gonna do it."
It's named after Black Orpheus.
That was an orifice.
So you guys all have a little bit of jazz background. How much when your live shows is improv, and how much is like going by the books?
It probably depends on who you are in the band, but I don't think Ben ever plays the same thing twice. It's definitely a fair mix. I think high level improvisation. It's a blurred line, kind of like you've definitely played a lot of the stuff before, but how you choose to arrange it or put it together, that's how you choose to build the hype and the energy of a solo or a section. So I think there's a fair bit of improvisation, and that was a big component to me with how I wanted it to sound. I think everybody here would agree. I'm probably like too liberal with like with how, like I'll bring a song in and I'm like, how do we? They're like, what do you want us to play? I'm like, I don't know, just play. So.
He just waits until you do something dumb, and he's like, "Yes,
This-
that,
He's like,
every
"That
time,
is what I want."
every time."
Yeah, they're the most embarrassing thing you come up with is what will stick.
It's a sound man.
Yeah.
So what's the name of your last song that you're going to play for us?
It's Molecules. That's the name of the last song. It sounds like kind of it's a love song. Maybe it is a bit, but it's. I think there's just always. One of the lines, even when you speak, you sing, and I think everybody. I think the whole world's buzzing. I think was thinking about that the other day. The word buzz. It's it's like a description of a euphoric moment, but it's also a musical word, and I think there's a reason that there's that intersection there. I think music is a bunch of tiny euphoric moments at its best, and I think we do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I could definitely hear that in the first two songs.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming out. It's been a blast. Can't wait to hear the last one.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Absolutely. Any shout outs to any other local bands before we cut out?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for everybody who's supported us. Just off the top of my head, Orpheus Music Fest, Bridget's group, Men's Breakfast, Kevin and Adriana's band, Candon, incredible stuff, and you can actually check them out on Spotify, and it's very impressive. Hashtag electroacoustic.
That's the vibe. That's the vibe.
Ben Parrish, his group Flora, and his solo projects, is always inspiring. I've literally taken guitar lessons from Ben. He's very good. He's incredible. You got to check Ben out. But Pacific Ocean, it's a big one who comes to mind. The DIY scene in this town. Just within that, I can name 1,000 bands, but I'll just name a couple people. Amos Helvey of Wrinkle and Old Sport, just an incredible person on this in the music scene in Denver. If you don't know him, someone you know who plays music knows him. He is just he's a force in the scene, and I don't even think he knows it. Of course, Ceresa, that's kind of how we found out about this. Joey Figueroa, his group is Ceresa, but when I met him, he was playing in a group called Hair Club, and they were an incredible group, and they have some recordings. You need to check them out too. I could just go on and on. There's so many people who've been super supportive. Open mics, Goose Town, Nick J, Moonglade, Caitlin Williams. You're missing out if you don't go check out the local scene, because it's insane.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing. Is like, this is why we're doing this, is because we realized that this scene here is so amazing, and there's so many talented local musicians, and so you guys included. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Slightly scratched and getting gold. You got some dust in the grooves, and you're a little warped. Even still, when that needle drops, you're solid gold. Your dark exterior gets mistaken for your soul. They're just not listening. Even when you speak, you sing. And even when your lips are sealed, the melody is all I hear going la la. Even when you're standing still, got me caught up in a cosmic twirl, going round, round, even when you're sleeping, dear. Your heartbeat is the bass I feel going boom, boom, even when the song is done. Atoms and you have to hum going on. Little one, but you got the sweetest sound, dripping honey when you open your mouth, resonate when you let your head down. Ways of gold, lost and found. I'm always listening, even when you speak, you sing, and even when your lips are sealed, the melody is all I hear, going la la, even when you standing still. Got me caught up in a cosmic twirl, going round, round, even when you're sleeping, dear. Your heartbeat is the bass I feel, going boom, boom, even when the song is done. The atoms in you have to going on.
Well, I mean, amazing, right? If you didn't get goosebumps, you're not human. Absolutely. That was great. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, no,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Where can people keep in touch with you?
Follow us on Instagram, Amazing Adventures Music. Keep an eye out for the Orpheus Music Fest.
Thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe if you like what we're doing. And the biggest thing you can do to help us is just share. Share to your friends, family, strangers.
Anybody, yeah, everybody. I mean, this needs to be shared for sure. This is great. And please, please, please ring the bell. That's how YouTube is now doing these things. So subscribing is important, but ringing the bell is even more important. So please do that as well. Thank you, everybody. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
cheers. Great. Yeah. Thank you much.
Grab my drink. Hang on.
I like your guys'.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks so much.
Cool. See you next time. Episode 8. Bye.